Hey, howdy everyone. Welcome to the Friday show. Never have I ever. I'm of course Snapper Kennedy. Thank you all for rocking with us. I want to give a shout out to Jennifer, just earned her top fan badge. Oh, things are going swell up in the studio. I also want to give a shout out not just to our top fans, but to our supporters. That's right. You're going to see some names come up on the screen real quick. I want to say thank you to all these fine fellas and fellaettes. There we go, Spicy Amy E and others. Thank you so much for supporting us. We sure do appreciate it. But now we're going to get into some fun. My name, of course, is Snapper Kennedy. My mama was a fan boat. My daddy was a gator. And my favorite movie, Steel Magnolias. But that's enough about me. I'm just a positive host of this show. Hello, Donna. And I want to say hello to our cast. First off, we're going to say hi. Now, these folks today are going to be playing Never Have I Ever. So we're going to need your comments, asking Never Have I Ever questions, and we'll get these fine folks to answer those Never Have I Ever questions, all right? Someone got off work just in time. Very cool. Now I'm going to give it up for my main man, Cody. We're going over to Cody right now. Hello, Cody.
Hey, hey, how's it going, man?
Cody, what's your deal, real quick?
Oh, you guys all know me, right? I'm the world Pog champion from 1993 and 1995. I mean, everyone knows that, right?
Oh, Cody, I'm glad to know you. I'm also going to say hi to Cassidy. Hey, Cassidy.
Hi, I'm Cassidy, and I'm certified babysitter. I've been certified safe sitters, and my membership to the Babysitters Club is pending.
Pending membership to the Babysitters Club, but I'll tell you what, you're in the TFS. Never have I ever. We're going to say hi to Professor Mittens, MFA.
Hello, I'm Professor Mittens, MFA, Master of Fine Arts, Serious Cat Actor. Meow.
Meow to you too, sir. Give it up for Professor Mittens. And our final contestant we have here tonight, June.
Hi, it's me, June. I'm your mom's neighbor. Yeah, we go on walks all the time. And I get the hot goss. That's short for gossip. Yeah, I know a lot about you kids.
That's right. Give it up for our folks we got here today. Cassidy, June, Professor Mittens, and Cody. We got some folks saying hi. We got some folks saying meow. But what I want folks to be saying is questions for Never Have I Ever. So this is how we're going to play. Everyone's going to put a hand up with 5 fingers when I ask a question. And when you've done the thing, you're going to put a finger down, all right? And then we'll talk more about it. It's Never Have I Ever. Y'all get it. So y'all start asking questions. But I'll start it off. Never have hands up. Snapper Kennedy. Of course, my mama is Aurora Borealis, and my papa is Mario Lopez, and my favorite movie is Police Academy 4, but that's enough about me. Here we go. First question. Never have I ever been on a roller coaster. Okay, well, sometimes I'm going to ask questions and no one's going to put a finger down. Here we go.
All right, all right, all
Oh,
right. I
okay.
mean,
All right, all right. Cody.
look, I mean, I've been on a couple roller coasters in my life. I guess you could say my whole life is a roller coaster. I mean, 93 and 95 was like a pinnacle for me. I was the champion of the Pog world. I just had those caps, had that slammer, popped it. The world was mine. But then, boom, down. The late '90s were a terrible time to be a pog man. Terrible time.
Cody, I must say that was quite the monologue you just performed.
Oh, that
Bravo.
wasn't performance, man. That wasn't performance. That's just life.
Oh, that's right. True acting is not a performance, it is real. Meow.
You're a good cat. You're a good cat, Professor Mittens.
Thanks. Can you pretend to scratch behind my ear real quick?
Yeah. I got you. Hold on. I got there. That's that good. Is that good? There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's sweet.
That-
Cody, I actually knew all that about you already on account of the walks I go on with your mom.
Oh, you know my mom?
Oh, yeah, I'm her neighbor. I'm everyone's mom's neighbor.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
How's,
She
how's,
tells
how's,
me, what's
how's
that?
she doing? We're not on speaking terms. How's she doing?
Oh, she's good. Yeah, I wish you were on speaking terms because then I could get the hot goss. But all we can talk about is, what happened back in the 90s with you. So,
Well, I mean, it's pretty common knowledge, but everyone knows I did a little time. Uh, Pog World kind of went downhill, and well, I had to rob a liquor store with the two brothers from Home Improvement that weren't Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh my word, the two that weren't JTT. Well, I'll tell y'all, we got questions coming in hot and heavy. I'm sure we'll get in more into details on Cody's sordid life. I am, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My mama's Missy Elliott. My papa's 3 kids in a trench coat. My favorite movie's Doubt. But enough about me. We got a question for everyone. Never, hands up, y'all. Never have I ever pooped in the neighbor's flower bed.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Professor Mittens, MFA, we going to you.
All right, I was method acting, of course, during this time. I was playing the cat on the Meow Mix cat, and there was a scene where I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but I was method acting, being surrounded by flowers. That was the scene, and I was in the flower bed, and I don't have to say it, do I?
What'd you do?
I defecated right there in the flower bed. I've never felt more ashamed in my entire life. It was like when I was just a little kitten, Meow, and I had my first taste of milk, and then I had it all sewn away. The shame ate at me. Do you know what it's like, Snapper Kennedy?
Yeah, I've had milk before. It's pretty good. All right. Never have I ever scratched. Oh, I'm of course Snapper Kennedy. My mama was an AutoZone and my papa was a Rolling Stone, and my favorite movie is Kramer vs. Kramer. Okay, never have I ever scratched someone and given them a fever. Oh, I saw a full hand go down from Cassidy. I'm going to assume that was meant to be a finger and go. No, it was not meant to be a finger, so no one's done that. Roy Donk's on. Roy Donk, amazing name. My name, of course, is Snapper Kennedy. My papa was Steamboat Willie, and my mama was the Time magazine, where the person of the year was a mirror, and the person of the year was everyone. And my favorite movie is Scary Movie 2. Never have I ever received a lifetime ban from Denny's. Uh-oh, Jude.
yeah, that was a hard week because your mom was on vacation. I didn't have anyone to go on my walks with and get the hot goss. So I, found a booth at the Denny's and just eavesdropped on conversations in the booths around me. And people at the Denny's, they didn't like that because I wasn't ordering anything. But I only eat homemade juice, so I couldn't. And I got a lot of hot gas, I'll tell you that. But I can't go back to Denny's.
So wait, describe that interaction more. You go into a Denny's, you want hot gas, but you only eat homemade juice. How did that go down?
Well, the first 45 minutes were fine because I just kept saying, I need more time. And then they were like, you had enough time. But the booth behind me, they were a couple going through a rough patch. It was great. It was great for June. Okay, that was a lot of hot gas. And every time the waiter came over, like, I can't hear them when you're talking to me. So can you please pipe down and walk away? And they didn't like that either.
Oh.
So they cut on about 77 minutes in.
A very precise amount of time to be at a Denny's and not order anything. Banned for life. Some would say a bit harsh by Denny's, but that's the way it goes. Never have I ever opened my name. I'm, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was Zappos.com. My mama was an ad blocker. My favorite movie is the unreleased Jungle Cruise. Never have I ever opened my neighbor's mail and resealed it and put it back. Oh, we doubling up on June time, but I also saw Professor Mittens.
Oh, did my finger go down?
I guess it didn't. So, back to June.
Well, that one felt a little targeted, I have to say. Mail is fun. Other people's mail is fun, okay? And sometimes it just comes to your house. It's not my fault, okay? And sometimes June's not wearing her glasses, these guys, and I thought it was for me. No, I didn't. I wanted to know what it said. It was from the IRS. That's some hot, juicy gas. And I read it while having my morning tomato juice. Okay, but then I taped it back up and I took it over to your mom. And we're still friends. We're fine.
That's good. I'm glad y'all are still friends. I got one here. Never have I ever wanted to be a babysitter so bad, but for some reason I can't get a kid to babysit. Oh, Cassidy! Surprise, surprise!
Okay, so here's something about me. I might be overqualified to be a babysitter. That might be the only reason that I've never babysat. But for what I lack in experience, I make up for in passion.
Cassidy, talk to me more. We got some questions coming in. Why have you never babysat then?
Some might say that I am too intense. Do I knock on all the neighbors' doors and ask if I can look after their kids? Yes. Do I do it at very odd hours of the night? Sometimes. But there's always babies, and they'll say sometimes they need sitting.
It's hard to argue with that logic, honestly.
Yes, meow.
Professor Mittens, squirrel. Oh no, Virginia, you got his dander up. Oh, he's chattering. Oh Lord. Oh God, no, Professor Mittens. Bad Professor Mittens. Hey, Professor Mittens, bad. Bad Professor Mittens.
Oh, 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 be still. Be still, my cat's heart. I am sorry.
Hey,
That was some good. That was some great acting, man. I thought I was actually getting scratched. Like I could feel my face. Like it's stinging right now.
Well, thank you.
Cody,
You
why
see,
is your face stinging?
It's probably like the ketamine. I don't know.
Cody, you want to follow up on that? We can just move on if you want to.
Hey, man. Prison in the late '90s. You know, you win enough POG games, you're gonna get a lot of ketamine.
I thought I heard you say prison.
Yeah, man. Of course. Where do you think I got this? Okay. Where do you think I got that sweet ink?
Let
All
me
right,
see that.
see that?
Oh,
All right.
what'd you go in for?
I told you, man. I robbed that liquor store with the guys from with the guys from Home Improvement. You know, they said oh, our we gotta, you know, we can't go to prison. We got this show to do. You know, they were pretty much written off by that point. You know, I took the fall for them, but I didn't know.
They were still kids when Home Improvement ended.
Yeah, so was I, man. So was I. PogChamp in '93. You know how old I was? I was 9. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
my.
I know their moms, the boys from the Home Improvement. They were so disappointed that the boys didn't invest the money.
From the liquor store robbery or from the TV show?
Both. That's a good question. But from both. Yeah, they're like, at least invest the money. You know, you're
Wait. You know Zachary Ty Bryan's mom? Or Taryn Noah Smith's mom?
Sure do. They like to
Hey, those guys owe me money, all right? Those guys owe me money.
Oh, I just get information. I don't give information. That's not my thing.
Okay, we got some more questions rolling in. Seems like things are heating up here on Never Have I Ever. Annette Ledger has a really cool way to say Never Have I Ever. NHIE, that's cool. Save a lot of keystrokes. I'm, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was Supreme Court Justice and California Governor Earl Warren, and my mama was a crayon drawing of the sun with sunglasses, and my favorite movie is Madagascar 3. Never have I ever punched a mime. Professor Mittens, you move your claws in ways where it's like you want me to put you on the spot, but you're not committing to it in a way.
I put one of my claws down. I was saying verbally.
I think
From my diaphragm.
I think Cody put one down. Cody put one down. Cody.
You know what? Okay, if I thought it was a mime, does that count?
You punched someone that later turned out to not be a mime?
Look, all right, I was at the top of my game. Okay, it was 1995. I was having a brief but tumultuous affair with Amy Jo Johnson from the Power Rangers. You know the Pink Ranger.
Whoa! Yeah. Did she give you that pog herself?
Oh yeah, of course. But I was on set. We were hanging out. I was just out of my mind on it was laced. I don't know what it was, but I was out of my mind. And one of those guys jumped out of nowhere. One of those guys, the henchmen from the Power Rangers. Yeah, jumped out of nowhere. I punched him right in the face.
So when did you know he wasn't a mime? Was it when he said "ow"?
Yeah, he was very vocal about how much it hurt.
Yes, I did put a claw down. I also punched a mime. It was actually the same day I was on set. I was a standby cat for the episode of Power Rangers in case they needed a cat to teach a lesson or something. And I also thought that same costumed man was a mime. And as you know, anything that comes at me, I get spooked, and I do that.
So how often would you say you were just on set hoping that someone would write you into an episode?
Well, very often, all the time. There wasn't a lot of work for cats back then, and so I just kind of, with the door was open, I showed up. I wandered in.
Oh man, that's a cat. And he punched, he didn't scratch. We got some people sounding off. They're saying Amy Jo Johnson's a dreamboat. We have a very funny joke. He's not co-mittens to it in regards to Mittens not putting the thing fully down. Haley's yelling pog. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. We also have another question. Never have I ever found gum I chewed before but saved it because it had good flavor still and put it in my mouth. Ooh, I think I saw Cassidy.
So, as you know, the babysitting business hasn't been very lucrative. And my allowance is basically nothing. So you kind of have to, save the gum for later. It's economical.
It's economical. I would agree with you that the babysitting business has not been good because you have not babysat yet. That makes sense to me. Cassidy, who would your dream babysit, but kid to babysit, who would that be?
Oh my gosh. Maybe like Surrey Cruise if I could time travel, because I was born in 2007, so I definitely couldn't be babysitting her. But if I could time travel, then definitely Surrey Cruise.
That is a great answer. I don't think I've heard Surrey Cruise's name since the last time I went to the grocery store and looked at the magazines. I'm, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was the Grinch. My mama was also the Grinch. And my favorite movie is Don't Mess with a Zohan. But enough about me. Never have I ever seen a ghost. Do my question. Settle down, chat. Oh, June's seen a ghost, and we're going to hear more about it.
The ghosts have good gas, guys. They do. I worked with a medium to summon a ghost. I think that's what they do. Because I needed to know about the lady who lived across the street in the 1800s and what she saw go down. I just like to be in the know in my neighborhood, okay? and she had some good goss about who wore pants when they weren't supposed to, and just real good stuff.
I'm going to follow up on that. Who did wear pants when they weren't supposed to?
Jezebel Birkenstock.
Jezebel Birkenstock of the Birkenstock fortune.
That's right. Now, I don't know her, but I love a good goss. And that was a good one because that's a celebrity name. Dead or not.
That is good, guys. Cody, what are you
Yeah.
sipping on?
I'm drinking Pog, man.
That's
Yeah,
very cool.
not a lot of people know it, but Pog's actually it's a delicious drink, passion orange guava. It's from Hawaii. Sorry, my camera's all reversed. I can't even see straight. But yeah, so I won 100 cases of this when I won back in '93, and I've been basically living off it ever since. It's kind of fermented by now, but you know, it does the trick.
If you're just joining us, we're playing Never Have I Ever. Cody's down and out on his luck. Pog champion who's been drinking the same drink since 1993. That might be why your camera's flipped around, buddy. Virginia said I missed her question, so I'm coming back up for it. Never have I ever rode a pogo stick. I'm, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My daddy was Johnny Walker. My mama was Shirley Temple. And my favorite movie is Severance. All right, who put a finger down? Professor
Yeah.
Mittens.
Before I talk about this, I want to go back to the pants real quick.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of debate on the internet. If a cat wore pants, would it wear it? And there's two images. Would it wear it like this or like this?
Could you stand up and show us? I didn't fully get that. Would a cat wear pants?
So, it's if a cat wore pants, would it wear it like this or somewhere? Well, I would need another pair of pants to show you. And cats wear pants like this.
Ah. Okay. Cool.
Cats wear pants. Anyway, yes, I rode a pogo stick. I was playing a cat on the set of the Real Housewives of Indiana. And I was just a background cat at that time, which has its own sort of artistry to it. And I was bored on set. There wasn't a lot to do in between my shots. So they had a pogo stick lying around. They got a lot of those in Indiana, not a lot to do there. So I hopped on and I got two hops, two pogos. It was my man.
Awesome, man. That's great, Professor Mittens. Never have I ever lost it all. Cody, I don't even need to see your finger.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Cody.
Oh boy. Lost it all. You know, I got close a couple times. I was down to my last pog. But that slammer, this thing's been with me the whole time. All right? I've kept everything together because of this slammer, all right? All I got is my slammer and my pogs. I lost my house, lost my job, lost my wife. But these pogs are going to be worth something, all right? They're like Beanie Babies. They're going to be worth something someday.
Some would argue that you haven't lost it all then. It seems like
Bravo, sir. That was beautiful.
Cody, call your mom. She misses you.
She blocked my number, man.
Well.
Something June didn't know. That's a surprise. All right, we are of course. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go for it. Whoa.
Oh, what the cat? If I had tear glands, Cody, I would cry at your monologue, but I don't, which severely limits my acting capabilities. By the way, it's very sad.
Okay.
I think Cassidy's at a truck stop.
Oh, I just live in this city. Which means there's more children that I could watch for people for money.
City kids need loving too. If you take one thing away from this Never Have I Ever show, it's that. We got another good question from Roy Donkier coming up. But I am, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was Magellan. My mama was Ellen. And my favorite movie is a compilation of Jimmy Kimmel monologues on YouTube. From Roy Donk, never have I ever had a run-in with the Amish Mafia. And, of course, we're playing until someone gets the no fingers. Never have I ever had a run-in with the Amish Mafia. Okay, sometimes things just have not happened. Never have I ever. This is a good one from Nicole. I'm of course, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was Asher Roth. My mama was Margaret Thatcher. And my favorite movie is Videodrome. Never have I ever given my principal a wet willy. Oh, June!
Yeah, June wasn't always your mom's neighbor. Once when I was a little kid, I got my first taste for the hot gas. And my principal, now he knew all the fun things about the school, like the secret doors, the emergency exits that the kids weren't allowed to know about. Sounds like they should have known about them though. But I gave him a wet willy because I knew, when you're under stress, you say secrets. And so I did it. I gave him a wet willy and he told me the code to the teacher's lounge. And that was some hot goss. I didn't do anything with the information. I just wanted to know it.
I would echo your concern. I think that kids should know the emergency exits. Cassie,
it was a different time.
Cassie, I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Let's say that you were babysitting June and she comes home and she gave the principal a wet willy. How would you handle that situation?
Oh, man. Wow. First of all, the first rule of babysitting is the parents do the discipline, the babysitters do the dirty work. So first, I would make June get a big pot of spaghetti noodles that are cooked, and then I would make her stand in them, and then I would make her stomp on them, and then she would recite, "I won't give my principal a wet willy again." And the trauma would cause her to never be bad again.
Cassidy, how big do you think a kid is, and how big are your pots of noodles?
You just have your standing pot.
That's right.
Like, waist deep, hula hoop around.
Right. June, if that happened to you, what do you think you would have done? I mean, we're deep in the hypothetical now. So you're in a standing pot of noodles, you're stomping your feet, saying, "Never will I ever give my principal a wet willy again." What do you think you would do, a young June?
That sounds actually really nice on my toes. Is anyone else thinking that it sounds pleasurable to have wet noodles between your toes?
We're honestly having a spike in viewership right now. I think someone on Twitch, there's wet noodle chat. They want us to... Chat keeps saying to show feet. I mean, they keep saying to show feet. I don't know. Cody, I'll give you a pog if you show some feet, my man. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's go viral, baby. Cody, the pog champion.
First time.
There's nothing this man won't do for pogs.
You guys want some hot goss?
Yes, hit us with it.
So I heard from Cassidy's mom that she still has a babysitter.
Whoa. Care to respond?
I don't have a babysitter. That would be crazy. Why would a professional babysitter have a babysitter? That's so crazy.
Cassidy?
I have an older best friend named Christy.
Yeah, do your
comes
parents
over every Wednesday night from 7:30 to 9:30 and hangs out with me and helps me with my homework while my mom drinks wine with her friends.
Cassidy, never have I ever had a babysitter.
We were all babies once.
Oh, I guess I didn't. Honestly, that's on me. I did not phrase that question very well at all, and you have wriggled out of my trap. Unfortunately, I'm the host, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was Zappos.com. My mama was an ad blocker, and my favorite movie is Akiru. If you're just joining us, we're playing Never Have I Ever. Brian's late. He had to get groceries. It's important to eat, Brian Walters. We love you. Playing Never Have I Ever. Wait, I thought babysitters had their own babysitters like doctors have their own doctors. That's a good point, Allie, but we'll never know if Cassidy does have a babysitter because, of course, I did a bad job. All right, we got another one. Never have I ever knocked over all the tchotchkes on a shelf just because I could. And, of course, we're playing until someone gets to none. Professor Mittens, is that you?
Yes. Before I answer, could I make myself more comfortable, please?
Go ahead. Show feet if you want to. I gotta be honest, I'm really happy it wasn't butthole. I was really scared and aroused for a second.
Ah, much better. Yes. I knocked over all the tchotchkes on the shelf just because I could. You see, I was a young, rambunctious kitty. Before I found the stage, I had to find myself in other ways. So I would knock over pots, pans, vases, amps, tchotchkes, anything I could to get my thrill. I took one spray bottle too many in my youth. And then I found the stage, meow. And I found acting, meow.
Cody, you ever do a spray bottle?
One more time, meow.
Cody, do you ever do a spray bottle? I know you've done ketamine and milk. Have you ever done a spray bottle yourself?
Oh man, I did a bunch of catnip once.
Oh my God, Cody, you're live, man.
Catnip nearly ruined my life, Cody.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I've been off this stuff for 19 years now.
All right, here we go. I'm of course.
Sorry, don't joke at that. That's it. I'm sober. That was it.
How old are you? 19 years. You're an old cat.
I'm 21.
Jesus,
that's crazy, man. Poor kitty. Oh no, spray bottle. Poor kid.
Weep not for me, internet. Weep for Cody, because obviously he has it a lot more rough. I think.
That was a good monologue. I don't know why you're not getting more work.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I'm, of course, Snapper Kennedy. My papa was a gerbil. My mama was Richard Gere. My favorite movie is Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked. Never have I ever had a funeral for a bird. And, of course, we're playing until someone gets to 0. Cassidy!
Accuse.
So, when I was little, I had a pet bird. Well, it wasn't really my pet bird. It was my neighbor's pet bird. And every day, I would see the bird in the window. And one day I said, you know what? That should be my pet bird in my own room. So, I went to my neighbor's window and I opened the bird cage and I reached in and I grabbed the bird. Birds are very soft. I crushed the bird.
man, I thought I was messed up. Whew.
There are so many reasons people don't invite you into their home for money.
But a bird is not the same as a kid. Kids are much sturdier than birds.
That you cannot argue with that logic at all. Cassidy, the question was if you ever had a funeral for a bird and you straight up committed bird murder on here. Even Professor Mittens, who that question seemed written specifically for, did not do that, and he seemed sad about it too.
I've killed birds. I've never had a funeral for them. That's
yeah, Cassidy, you're out here spilling all the tea.
Well, I have a heart, so obviously I had a funeral for the bird.
Which you murdered. You did murder. You murdered. Trademark Snapper Kennedy.
It was an accident. And the bird had a very beautiful Viking funeral on my other neighbor's in-ground pool, and I put it out to sea and lit it on fire, and it was beautiful, and I was the only one that came to the funeral, so did my neighbor really care about the bird?
Did you? Okay, so Cassidy, let's just recap. You kill your neighbor's bird. You have a Viking funeral for it, so you commit arson. You light this bird on fire in another neighbor's pool. You're saying your first neighbor didn't show up to this funeral. Did you invite them to the funeral of this bird that you yourself hugged too hard? And I know June knows the answer, but I'm going to ask you.
I think June knows the answer to this one.
Oh, yes, June does know the answer.
She did invite them through the invitation in the mail, but I stole the mail.
Whoa!
Whoa.
That's a little piece of June gas for all you.
This is crazy. This seems like it's the last question that we're going to ask, and two of the people are involved with it. I can only wonder what was going on with Professor Mittens and Cody, potentially.
Well, I must say, and sorry, I must say that I've known many birds, and they always talk about how they wish to be Viking funeraled. So that's a positive.
Professor Mittens, weren't you there in some way, and you too, Cody? That's how I feel.
Well, yes, I was. I mean, funerals aren't exactly productions, but I was there just in case anyone needed a standby cat. So yes, I was there.
That's right. You get most of your work as a funeral stand-in. That's right. I remember you saying that earlier.
Yes. I might briefly mention that. I did deliver a soliloquy that I wrote.
Oh, Megan Jocelyn's dying. I wonder if she's a bird. Virginia's cry laughing. Cody, I'm just going to keep serving this up. Weren't you involved in some way? Maybe everyone was involved in this.
Yeah, man, I already got 2 strikes, so can't really. My lawyers advised me against talking about this type of thing. It is an open investigation. Before we go, though, I do have to legally, per contract, mention that the World Pog Federation is still alive and running. Merchandise available at pog.com. What can I say?
Cody, some people are accusing you of being an accessory to birder.
I've been accused of worse.
Conspiracy. Some people are calling for the return of Murder Mystery, the popular Comedy Spot streaming show, but having to be Birder Mystery. Snapper looks like a character from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I should read these before I put them up there because that's just rude. Other people are laughing. You have multiple lawyers. That's cool. I guess we let you do a sign-off, so we'll get everyone to do a sign-off. Yes. Oh, Professor Mittens, pop off, my man.
So whoever wrote that comment to you, I'm going to write them a reply. Hold on.
Oh, that's my keyboard cat. That's awesome. Very cool. It seemed like this show got way funnier when I said it was close to being done. Everyone's going to sign off now. Cody, I can't believe you wore your hat backwards the whole time when you had the logo on it. We're going to hear from Cassidy last. June, anything you want to say to the fine folks who played Never Have I Ever with us?
Oh, just if you ever want to go for a walk and pack some gas, I'm out there in the neighborhood from about 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. just walking around looking for people who want to chit chat. You'll find me there.
Thank you. And I know you're active on Nextdoor too. Brian wants to do one more hour. What, of roasting me for like I had the Chainsaw Massacre? All right. Check out the MySpace page for Pod. This could be one of your lawyers popping off here. All right. Professor Mittens, anything you want to say before you go? Professor Mittens, you've muted yourself.
That must have been when I was typing my message. Anyway.
So you were typing a message, just hitting buttons? I think you muted yourself again, or it could have been because I was talking. Okay, we can watch this for a while.
No, Professor Mittens, I thought you were sober.
No, it's not catnip-infused water, I swear. It's Spindrift. Delicious sparkling water with real fruit juice.
Okay, I didn't think you'd actually have plugs. All right, we're going to hear from Cassidy. Cassidy!
I'm still available for hire. I've only killed one bird, and I make a mean spaghetti for dinner.
Wait, you eat the spaghetti after you discipline the kid in it?
No.
No, okay, it's a separate pot of spaghetti. Thank you, Cassidy. All right, you guys, this has been super fun. This was Never Have I Ever. The Comedy Spot does classes. And thank you. Have a great night. We'll be back on Monday with Quarantine Couples. Have a great night, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, and everyone's saying nice things. Bye, and let me